This is great. This is just hilarious. This is posted by WKD Paul on the forums. The Canadian government threatens the big three, which is Rogers, Bell, and TELUS up here, to cut their cellular prices by 25%. So to quote Rogers, this is great, they operate in a highly competitive market, oh yeah, that continues to deliver more affordability and value. Compared to what? And always evolves their services to meet the needs of Canadians, which is what? What are the needs of Canadians? Like, guys,
I love statements.
It's an oligopoly, and you know it. Stop pretending. The big three currently operate at around 40% profit margin. By comparison, so if you want to talk about like how just ridiculous, how completely out to lunch that is, AT&T, not exactly known for, being the most consumer friendly.
Although there is some mini documentaries on YouTube
Yeah.
about AT&T getting the transatlantic cable, the original one, across, that are super interesting.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like actually very, very cool.
So AT&T, although AT&T has been struggling too, but they have an average profit margin of 10.8%. Now, AT&T's struggles, though, aren't necessarily today. AT&T's struggles are that they're not going to have the cash to bid on spectrum in the future, and they're not going to have the cash to build out the equipment that they would have needed to take advantage of the mid-band spectrum that they already have. And when I say AT&T, I mean formerly AT&T, because to my knowledge, the T-Mobile AT&T merger has been basically approved at this point.
Oh.
So their highest ever was 45%
Wait,
in December 2017.
T-Mobile and AT&T merger?
Yeah.
I thought it was T-Mobile.
Oh, T-Mobile
like
Sprint. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, wow. How
no,
did I get
AT&T's
those wires
definitely.
crossed? Yeah, AT&T. No. Never mind. AT&T is. Wow. How did I completely derp that? Okay, so yeah, AT&T. Not exactly. I remember we actually worked with AT&T once, and our audience basically
hated it.
Lost their minds.
What was that? Didn't I do that?
I think it was CTIA. They sponsored our show coverage at CTIA. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, they have an average profit margin of 10.8%. The highest ever was 45% in December 2017. So that's what the Canadian companies enjoy day in, day out. Sorry, it was the Sprint merger. AT&T has plenty of cash.
Yeah.
An interesting case here is Win Mobile, who tried to break into the Canadian market in 2008, but was destroyed by the big three's lobbying and was eventually bought by Shaw.
They lobbied by essentially trying to push out foreign investors, which is what Win Mobile was being built up on.
The rules were overturned in 2013, but it was pretty rough. Wind had a terrible time trying to break in here. Yeah, so basically, as far as I can tell, the big three are just going to tell them to pound sand, the Canadian government, that is, because by the time the Canadian government would be able to do anything, just because we have 4-year terms, just like down in the US, they'll probably be replaced. I can't see the Trudeau administration winning another election. Honestly, do you?
No. And something to bring up here, I guess, is fairly recently, the Canadian government told the big three dudes that they were going to need to allow like piggybacking corporations, essentially, like companies to
they were going to have to sell their their capacity wholesale to competitors effectively.
Yeah. And I don't remember who it was. I think it was TELUS. Said like essentially like, yeah, we'll just like fire a ton of people and pull out like $1 billion of investment.
Yeah.
The Canadian government's just like, oh.
Honestly,
but I don't think they really responded.
I think if they had any stones, they should have called them on it. Like, I don't know. The way that I see it is like, that's supposed to be your job as a regulator, is to regulate in the interest of the people who elected you, not just the executives who, I don't know, maybe also elected you, but are just, a handful
Something
of people.
that I think would have been a really cool move that I thought of while this was all going on was if the government did just go like, yeah, okay, do it. And then just kept track of everyone that lost a job and like set up a little program thing to help facilitate them moving to a position at one of the new companies that springs up.
Like, go to war then. Like, go to war.
Yeah.
Make sure that TELUS never wins another spectrum bid until they undo their nonsense. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like you don't have levers to pull. You just don't do it.
Yeah.
And yes, that would be challenged in court, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But find a way. because just allowing them to sit there and enjoy what is, I'm not going to call it a monopoly because there are technically 3 of them, oligopoly. It doesn't make sense for consumers.
Yeah. There are countries in worse situations, LOL Australia, but it doesn't mean we can't try to fix our own.